Number 7, Lauren Carvine. Number 9, Ashley Prairie. Number 11, Nia Gary. Number 12, Audrey Holmes. Number 20, Caitlin Dudrick. Number 21, Sharon Farrell. And number 23, Emma Bowman. And Coach Christine Weir, and manager Leo Now for the whole South team. Number 20, Victoria Murray. Number 2, Avery Ailey. Number 5, Natalie Deborah. Number 9, Eva Downing. 13, Ginger Frank. Number 4, Sarah Harvey. Number 6, Jack Ryder. Number 10, Ella O'Connor. Number 15, Jessica Patini. Number 18, Aaron Wade. Number 12, Nate Sweet.
Hello and welcome to the Herget Gymnasium for the annual Jamboree. It'll be East versus South. It'll be girls basketball at first. Here on BCAM TV, Mike Wassel and Justin Turpin on the call. And Justin, we'll get to see two teams that obviously know each other very well in the same town. South Braintree versus East Braintree. Two rivals, red versus blue. I guess in this case they're going to wear the white jerseys, but I went to South.
I went to South as well.
You went to South, okay.
Bulldog Pride up here in the booth today. And we got the Bulldog here with us on the sideline for the Bulldogs. But they quite literally know each other pretty well. In most cases, playing on the same BYB teams. I know they try to separate the teams, not having too many South and East players and travel basketball players. Some of these even play travel together. But the future of what is to be seen in this gym right here for the high school.
Big stage to showcase your talent. And you obviously get both coaches of the high school team. You'll see them here at some point here today. So
I already saw Mr. Freeman, Coach Freeman down by the baseline.
Opening tip-off will be controlled by South, but they step out of bounds. So we'll get the names as things go along. It was very tough to hear the announcements. That was McDonald for Braintree, number 10. Also number 6 out there is Kaiser, as that one is out of bounds and a turnover. Mazzini as well, number 13. Number 20, Barry.
Big crowd for the kids today. You know, they feed off the energy.
And we'll see who scores the first points of this game. Driving inside, and a layup chance goes off the glass, no good.
You know what you like, though, if you're Coach Freeman watching this? A lot of moving without the ball.
Underneath, the shot is no good, and it is South coming away with the rebound. Back up the court, a nice bounce pass, and the layup is no good, as that was Ranieri with the chance. So that was the starting 5 for South. It'll be Barry, Kaiser, McDonald, Manzini, and Ranieri.
And I don't think that was supposed to happen. They say play ball.
No, they're not supposed to have a shot clock, actually.
No. Especially not 6 seconds into the possession.
No. That's obviously a high school versus middle school rule. There is no shot clock at this level.
Both teams playing with some pace early, though.
I'll give you the East starting lineup in a moment. As South now with another drive inside and a shot that goes off the glass, no good. But the putback is good, and it'll be South scoring the game's first point.
You can hear the reaction from the students already.
That was Kaiser with the first 2 of this game.
I mean, this is all the trash talk they need for the rest of the month, if they can win.
Long shot, the three-pointer is no good, and it is South with another rebound. As they bring it up the court, Barry will bring it over half court. So the starting lineup for East is South left alone, and the shot is no good. Another opportunity here for South underneath. The shot also is no good, and the rebound controlled by Karanog. So Coca, Karanog, Ormsby, Nugent, and Berolini, the starting 5 for East. Obviously, we'll do the best we can with pronunciations of names as this game goes on. I assume we'll see a lot of players in this game as that one goes out of bounds off of East. I know South is the Bulldogs. I don't remember what East.
Cougars.
The Cougars?
Cougars.
They didn't, see, you know, the funny thing is when I was at South, they didn't actually have the mascots then. That was new after I went through South.
So it was just called South Middle?
Yeah,
no.
just South versus East, yeah. There was no mascot.
It's been the Bulldogs since I was there, so my Bulldog pride in full swing today.
3-point chance off the mark, as that was let go by McDonald, but another opportunity here on a second chance. A 2-point shot is no good by Kaiser, and a third opportunity underneath is also missed, and East comes away with the ball.
They are not afraid to pull up from deep, huh?
Well, that's kind of the way the game has turned now, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Tough bounce there.
Good opportunity underneath, and unfortunate that ball did not spin in, as Ormsby was looking to give East their first points. So very interesting. You see the mascot underneath the basket as that three-pointer was knocked down. That was McDonald
South
from
has the advantage
downtown.
of the mascot.
Right.
Like if the mascot starts dancing during the free throw, that is hilarious. And they are probably going to laugh.
I'm surprised that they actually allow that, to be honest with you.
I agree with that.
Here is another opportunity for South. The jump shot, no good, out of the hand of Mazzini. And back up the court goes East as they are swallowed up. And the ball is raked free as the steal secured by Barry. And back up the court come the Bulldogs. 5-0 advantage here with 4:22 to go. As the shot is no good from Kaiser from outside. As we've seen South now, take 3 or 4 threes already.
Maybe even more than that.
See our first substitutions on the South side. I had a chance to talk with head coach Tom Miller for the South Bulldogs. He talked about his team being a perfect 8-0 on the season, and actually without one of their top players who has an ankle injury, so not available here today.
Has there ever been an undefeated season? I wonder.
Very tough to beat. I believe each team plays each other 4 times. South and East play each other 4 different times, so they get familiar with each other if they already aren't, being in the same town. That was nearly a travel, and it's a turnover regardless, as the ball is thrown out of bounds with 3:52 to go here in the first period.
The Bulldogs since migrated from the baseline into the crowd. Another 3 here.
Long shot,
Water.
and it's knocked down as McDonald knocks down her second 3 of the quarter. And just like that, it is South up 8-0 and a timeout on the floor. So if you have joined late, this is a live stream broadcast here of what they call the Jamboree. It is East and South, both of the middle schools here in Braintree, facing off head-to-head, and obviously on the big stage here at Braintree High School at the Herget Gymnasium. All these players with aspirations to play for head coach Freeman, who's in the midst of a pretty good season.
As he watches on.
He's watching on intently, getting some instruction. I'm sure, I think at some point, I believe the teams actually practice with the high school team. I believe at some point that has happened. I don't know if it's happened this year, but I know in the past they have done that.
A lot of sports talk about having a feeder program.
Right.
That's a great way to do it. What better way than having coaches work with the younger players and getting a feel for the high school game. I mean, when you're in 8th grade, the next step is high school. So you treat it like a high school practice, and in cases, these kids have to stay after school, and it's not easy. It's not an attention span thing. It's credit to the players.
You got to remember, like you said, the kids are at an age where you don't think about extracurricular activities at that age.
No.
You're staying after school, you're practicing, you're going on road games, you're taking the bus. As that one was knocked out of bounds, it stays with South, or make it with East, excuse me. East wearing the blue uniforms. Still looking for their first points. It's not as easy as it looks out there, especially when you come on the big stage. Maybe there's a little bit of jitters.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I don't know if you can see right below us in the shot, but there is a good amount of students from South right below us here.
Probably one of the biggest crowds they'll have all season, too.
And we're still in the first quarter. Well, in the South gym, it's like you get a couple of chairs lined up against the wall. It's not as big as, obviously, the high school gym, so.
Unfortunate miss there from Clower, who had a good opportunity on the layup try. And at this end, the ball stays down. And East on the board for the first time as Nugent scores. So we'll see if East can get back in this. Down 8-2.
Plenty of time, still first quarter.
Nice steal as that one taken away by Ormsby, who's had pretty good amount of touches in the early part of this quarter. Pulling up from a long shot, and the ball will not stay down, and a foul called on South. And Kaiser didn't like the call. A little look over at the official.
Can't do that in front of the varsity coach. You gotta be careful with that. Although I'm all for letting them play under the basket, though.
They have let a lot go early in this game, which is to be expected. I mean, you're not talking about high school basketball,
right.
So you're going to probably let some of the travels go. You probably let a little of the contact go, but you want it to be called very fairly. That's the main thing.
A little inbound play here.
An opportunity here for another basket. As driving inside, left-handed layup goes
That's a good
down.
take.
Nice move, and Nugent with all 4 of the points for East.
I don't think that's exactly what they were looking for. I don't know if the inbound play is supposed to go right to the perimeter and have the player drive down the lane, but he'll take it.
Worked out.
Cut the lead in half.
Well, they've clearly found their source of offense here in this first quarter. As we'll have a foul away from the ball. So 2:04 to go here in the first quarter. As the ball sent out to the outside, a long three is no good, as Diudi had the opportunity.
That just shows how much the game has changed. So that's just the traditional box play. And usually you try to get the shot to the elbow or down low. And that was just for a corner three. So it just kind of shows how the game stops and has changed.
So a couple substitutions for South. As Diudi again had that chance, did not take the shot. Now we will see another three, as that one is a little bit strong, and it is East coming away with the rebounds. See, actually, that's Downing, number 9 for South. I just want to keep calling it Braintree every time on the possession.
It's a blue team.
Yep. As we have a travel.
Right in front of the Bulldog. The Bulldog like that one.
A lot of the players have those long ponytails, and it actually makes our job a lot more difficult because the ponytail covering the number.
Yes. No numbers on the front of the jersey for South either.
So 8-4 is the score here with 1:05 to go in the first quarter. Pretty good start here.
It's a good pass.
As the shot would not stay down. As getting that opportunity with Frayne. And another three-point chance is knocked down. A long shot from the outside is nailed by Diudi. Clearly something they work on in practice, because we've seen, I would say 7 or 8 threes, maybe even a few more than that.
I think we're looking at like 10 here.
38 seconds to go, and
Look
here
like they
comes
want another
South.
one here. See, everyone's by the perimeter. You don't have anyone in the paint.
Driving underneath.
That works.
Scoop shot goes down, and Downing with her first basket, and it's been all South here in the opening quarter, 13-4. It was a very good start from South. They had the first 8 points before East got back in it to make it 8-4, and the basket will count. Here's a chance for a three-point play.
And one.
As Koka with the shot. And now the South fan section obviously trying to disrupt the shooter.
The Bulldogs' opportunity to shine. The Bulldogs taking a break on the bench.
So I guess you're understanding that this is the South side that we're underneath, and the other side is the East side. As the free throw is no good, 13-6. And obviously, anytime you make noise like that, it does, at this level, really affect the shooter. 3 seconds left as South takes the shot, and it will not go down, and that is the way the first quarter comes to a close. So a pretty good start here at Braintree High School, and a couple of long threes from South. Really the difference in this one, a 13-6 advantage after 1 quarter of play, as we'll be back for the start of the second quarter after a quick break. Welcome back to the Herget Gymnasium, getting ready for the start of the second quarter.
After a hot mic incident.
13-6 is the advantage in favor of South. And I believe they're the home team. I think that was what they announced at the beginning of the game.
See, that's another thing that's confusing, because the Womps are blue. It says Womps, but the red and white team is the home team.
So I guess that was the reason why they were announced as the home team, because that's the way you read it on the scoreboard.
Oh, they're both home, aren't they?
But we already knew who had the advantage, so it was pretty easy to figure out. There's an opportunity for East with a pull-up shot. Actually had a pretty good trajectory there. Looked like it was going to be a good shot, as Nugent no good on the shot. And the ball goes out of bounds, tapped out.
Another big difference is the breaks between the quarters.
Yep.
They don't give them a long time.
No. There will be a decent break at halftime, one would assume.
Yes.
And I don't know if we'll have some halftime entertainment. Oh, nice shot. That's a two-pointer as Kaiser knocks it down. And her second basket of the game. So 4 points for Kaiser, 3 for Diuti, 2 for Downing, and 6 for McDonald, is scoring for South. And on the other side, Nugent with 4 for East.
It's a good look,
and
good
Coco
pass.
for 2. The 6 points they have. 15-6 the scores. South back up the other way, no good on the layup try. A second chance, and that one no good as well.
Seeing some good passes early on, though. And I don't know the pressing rule. Are they allowed to press the entirety? Unless they're up by a certain amount, I believe.
Mazzini with a couple of running shots. That one sticks down. Her first basket. So South starting to open it up a little bit here. They're up by 11. 17-6 with 6:25 to go here in the first half. Nice steal. Reaching in to grab that one was Mazzini. And a nice pass underneath as the ball goes off the hands of Ranieri.
A little high.
And the pass thrown out of bounds. So a rare turnover here for South. Both sides have actually done a pretty good job of taking care of the ball early in this game.
Yeah, some smart play from both teams. Both looking for a pass, which is what I like to see.
Obviously the field goal percentage not where you'd like to see it if you're East, but the defense for South right now is very suffocating and causing a lot of mistakes.
Yeah, at times East has been a little careless with the ball.
Jump ball.
Couple
And a
subs
pair of
coming in.
substitutions.
Let's see, they usually have a couple variations of that box play if that's what they decide to go with here. That's what they are going to go. A little bit of a scattered box. Good pass.
Nice pass underneath, and Nugent will score. It's clearly one of their top offensive weapons. She's got 6 of the 8 points they have, and it's 17-8.
That's the advantage of having the inbound play right under the basket at this level.
East player shaken up there on that drive as Ranieri took it right to the basket. Looked like the defender took that shot right in the midsection. Obviously not going to speculate on what it was, but one would assume that could have had the wind knocked out.
Some good sportsmanship there. You see everyone coming by.
Obviously friends. I mean,
Yeah, they all know each other.
I'm sure they, like you said, they play
Probably
town ball
teammates,
together.
on a travel team or something.
AAU, whatever it happens to be. I don't know what time. What age do they start playing AAU anyway? I'm not sure.
In today's basketball world,
Young?
young, very young.
Like,
would be
like
my guess.
6, 7 years old.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
assume that
Yeah.
young. I mean, think of all the AAU teams you have around town, around locally.
So the injured player is okay for East. I'm going to guess it was the wind knocked out because she's still out there, kind of looking down towards the ground. It's number 1, Coca for East, that was shaken up on that play. Head coach for East also came out, as well as the Braintree High trainer, Kara Hines, a fan favorite here at Braintree High School.
Key part in Braintree Athletics. One of the best in the business by far.
And now you hear the East crowd, who's not as big of a crowd as the South crowd at this point, trying to cause a miss here at the line. Free throw is banked in. So the first point of the game for Ranieri. Mascot really likes to dance, huh?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh wow, what a shot. As that one was knocked down off the glass.
So East starting to press a little bit.
So Visser with the bank shot, and all of a sudden it's 18-10.
Saw Nugent trying to catch him off guard there, get a steal on the inbound pass.
I would say this has been a game of different runs as South not able to convert the layup underneath.
That's oftentimes the story in basketball,
Yeah.
right? One team gets on a run, the other gets on a run, and that's how it goes.
The way you think about it, though, in a sport where sometimes there's one team that's clearly better than the other. I mean, on paper, South 8-0. I mean, you're a team that's expected to win. You have a hot start, then East battles back. South jumps ahead by double digits, and now it's back down to 8 again. So we'll see if East can just keep pulling away and plugging away at the deficit.
Still plenty of time to go. Just about 5 minutes to go in the first half still, so just can't have that happen.
Near steal, but East will maintain the ball, trying to drive baseline and a foul called.
East, a lot of crowding around the ball for East. You know, when they're on the left wing, right wing, that's everyone's over there. There's no spacing of the floor, which is making it easier for steals because everything's so compact.
East still with possession. Looked like South was going to get a steal for a moment as Nugent now looking for a pass. Goes for the bounce pass instead as they're working around the outside. It looks like a couple players in the same spot.
Everyone's in the same spot. There's
Yeah.
no spacing. That's leading to the turnover battle.
Now they're driving inside. There's a nice take and a foul called. Looked like a pretty good defensive play. That ball was tied up, it looked like, but they
Big
called
Miller
a foul.
wanted a jump ball too. So did the mascot, but they're going to get loud over here. In an old building, I'd get worried about the roof coming down when they get loud like this.
Substitutions on the south side. Well, it's only going to get louder as the day goes on because we do have the boys game to follow. That's around 4:45 or so.
A couple more folks strolling in for that one.
And you would imagine more parents probably able to go with being out of work.
Getting out,
Yeah.
exactly.
Both free throws no good. And that's going to be a big deal. Oh, that's a dangerous pass. That was lucky. That wasn't stolen.
So East sneakily trying to press him a little bit going up the court. It's an open three.
Walking into a shot, no good. As missing the outside shot is Downing. Nobody afraid to shoot from the outside, as you see in this game. Although it's really been South, the main shooters from the outside. We haven't seen East take tons of threes. Most of their damage has been done inside, especially by Nugent. 3:50 to go here in quarter number 2. 8-point lead and the ball for South, but the ball is stolen. As McGarity with the steal. And into the hands of Nugent. Nugent nearly had a pocket pick.
Not very many screens being set. Not much. I was complimenting South earlier about movement without the ball. That's not really what we're seeing with East. Everyone kind of gets in their spot and stays there and waits for the ball, the person with possession, to come to them. That's not how it goes.
Another steal and a foul.
They were letting them play for a little bit, but now we're seeing a couple fouls.
Good take to the basket. That'll be Mazzini going to the line. She's got 2 points here in the first half. And here goes the opposing side. No good on the free throw. Seemed like so long ago that we were both in middle school.
Right?
Many more years ago for me than you.
Yep. Hey, I don't remember much of it now. Now I'm getting older. So I can feel the mileage on my body, I would say.
Taking it down the lane, nice drive, and Nugent just couldn't get the left-handed layup to stay down, and then a foul.
The East was lucky to get another opportunity there.
And the foul is going to be on Nugent, too.
There was 3 Bulldogs under the net. There was no Cougars.
So last year, the two teams did not have a chance to play any basketball. This year, back in action, and we have a jump ball. 3:04 left. I thought it was 18-10, but now I see it's 19-11. I guess the score doesn't matter that much, but still an 8-point game one way or the other. Just a little stutter move as driving down on the baseline is Clover and draws the foul.
Now, I don't know. Do they stop the clock on fouls in high school?
Yes.
Okay, so I thought they were running it here, but they are stopping it on the fouls.
At one point I thought they had it running too, but I think maybe they just had
within the final 3 minutes or so in the halves, maybe they
could be that, or maybe there was just a lapse at the scorer's table.
Well, those are usually the managers. They're even playing with the big league scoreboard.
First free throw banked in. Has Clower on the board. And makes a ball. It's a very nice sign to see a player hit 2 free throws. I mean, I know it sounds not that like of a big deal, but when you move on in your career in basketball, I mean, you have to hit free throws, and that's a big sign.
Be surprised how important free throws are. You know, it's crazy to say there are no gimmies.
No.
Because those oftentimes cost teams the game.
The game. You lose by a point or two when you think back on your free throw shooting, and that's generally where you look, and then the turnovers. Those are the top 2 things.
This game's a perfect example. I mean, how many free throw opportunities have both teams had?
Drive
There's another one. Couple more coming.
Foul calls. Look at the fouls from behind. The player on the ball did a good job of keeping her hands with the ball, but looked like she was pushing the back. Good thing the table up here is not vibrating.
Yep, we're good up here. Again, I'd be worried about the roof.
First free throw good.
Must be so relieving when you got the whole other school trying to bang on the seats, trying to make it miss.
And you silence them.
Yep.
7 points now for Nugent. Second free throw is no good. 2:10 to go here in the first half, and a big foul. That was a big collision. Taranog really coming in there hard.
In the paint. The last 6 possessions down the court. That's why you teach the hands-up defense.
I don't know how often you'll see a charge in a middle school game.
My guess,
probably very rarely. Well, you got to remember, some players are still at the age where they're learning the game, learning a lot of the skills.
Right.
And you got to also figure in, it hurts a lot to take a charge.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
well, there's also
matter.
You don't want to get the blocking foul.
Right.
You know, there's a fine line between a charge and a block. A good second chance opportunity here for the Bulldogs, but you know that's tough to teach.
So 22-12 is what the scoreboard reads, with 1:57 to go, and again Nugent doing it all for East with 9 points. And it's 22-14, and South will take a timeout. We'll take one as well. With 1:53 to go here in the first half, we'll take a quick break. Play resuming. 22-14 South with the lead and the ball.
Starting to get loud in here.
See what South has after the timeout. Driving baseline, nice pass underneath. Shot is no good, and an offensive rebound.
Those are the kind of opportunities you want.
Long three, trying to bank it home, doesn't go.
Just a little bit too far under the rim, so you can't use the glass, which in that situation, the glass is your best friend.
East may have gotten away with a travel on the prior opportunity. It was a shot no good, and the ball kept inbounds.
Good hustle play.
As both sides battling for it, and South comes away with the ball. Final 1:10 here of the opening half. 8-point lead and the ball, and here comes another three.
That was a deep three.
No good.
About a foot off the three-point line.
Both sides taking threes whenever they're there.
Good
nice pass underneath. As it's blocked. Good defensive play by Frayne. Driving underneath. The shot is no good, and an offensive foul called over the top. That'll go on Diuti. So head coach Freeman, the high school coach, looking on as well as some of the high school girl players that are out in the crowd. So that was a one-on-one situation. That's what they were trying to do, get the attention of the referees.
It's noticeably louder on the banging of the chairs.
Oh yeah. Free throw no good. Right now East just can't find a free throw. Let's see if South holds for the final shot. There is no.
Oh, that's a good pass.
There is no shot clock and a foul.
That's one of the first cuts we've seen.
Going
most
down
of
the
time
lane.
Just swinging around the perimeter.
Looks like a little bit of a size mismatch between the two schools too. South much bigger.
Yes.
A lot more height, physicality.
It's a big deal in basketball.
First free throw will not stay down. So neither side has shot the ball particularly well from the free throw line here in this first half. And 1 out of 2 from the line for Diudi, who has 4 points now. Final 20 seconds. Should be the last shot of the half unless East goes for a quick shot.
Might look for a wraparound
and a foul call.
And they're in the 1-on-1, so.
Might not necessarily be where either side wants to be right now, though, at the free throw line.
No.
And you know what's going to happen now. The crowd's going to get fired up and try and cause the player to miss. And short with the free throw. Here comes South with 10 seconds left. 23-14, a chance to go up by double figures. Nice pass underneath, and a foul again. There's been a lot of fouls here in the second quarter.
There certainly has
There wasn't much in the first quarter, but there's been a lot here in the second quarter.
Just every time they're going to the hole.
First free throw is no good.
So he's going to have to move quick here if they make the free throw.
Frayne with the second opportunity here. They'll have 4.7 left. And both free throws missed, and that's going to be a lane violation on the shooter. Actually, it was one of the East players that left early. Number 12, I believe.
And wait till it hits the rim.
Ormsby. She got caught in the lane. So another opportunity here for Frayne. And makes it pay. First point of the game for Frayne.
They're trying to pass it way up court here.
3 seconds to go. And no shot taken. And that's the way the first half comes to a close. So South with a 10-point advantage here at halftime, 24-14. Any thoughts here, Justin, after a half of play?
East certainly got their opportunities. I mean, it's kind of been that 8, 9, 10-point gap that we've seen since the first quarter, and it's just stuck that way. So, I mean, just got to play cleaner down. You're giving them free shots with the free throws, and South shooting a lot better from the free throw line than East is. Just can't give them those free opportunities. Got to play clean defense.
So we'll see what type of adjustments both sides make. Again, you are watching here our live stream broadcast here on BCAM TV of the Jamboree, East and South at halftime, 24-14 South over East. We'll be back for the third quarter after a quick break.
You're going to need me. You're going to need us. All of us. You're going to need our technical skills, our math, our engineering skills. You're going to need our help with your water, your air, your food. You're going to need our organizational skills, our problem-solving skills. You're going to need our determination, our honesty, our compassion. You're going to need the next generation of leaders to face the challenges the future will bring. And we promise we'll be there when you need us.
Welcome back here to Braintree High School, here at the Hergy Gymnasium. Mike Wassler and Justin Turpin on the call. Here are the Jamboree. And South with a 10-point advantage. Not a big break in between half.
No, we thought it'd be a lot longer. There was actually only a 2-minute break, maybe because they got practice out. They got another game after this.
Yeah, they don't want to.
And the high school team's going to practice again. They don't want to have people here all night. So.
I thought we were going to have some sort of entertainment at halftime.
I know. We got the mascot dancing a little bit. That was a little exciting. We saw Christine try to rustle through the crowd. Another exciting entertainment for us.
A foul called here on the screen as South just barreled right through. Taranog is really taking a beating down there, number 7 in blue. The second time she's been knocked down hard. Funny thing is, when you start announcing so many games, you start recognizing the last name and the players. And there's a handful of players here on these two teams that have siblings that are on the high school team.
That you recognize, yes.
Which is, I mean, that's very common.
Right.
You probably recognized it with football and whatever sport you're talking.
Absolutely.
One of the few sports that people don't think about is wrestling. Wrestling is like it's a family sport. If your brother wrestled,
then you're going to wrestle. Exactly.
That's how it usually works.
That's how most sports tend to be. I mean, football might be a little different.
Football's
but basketball,
different,
you typically see it.
Hockey's probably one of the few too that's not like.
Well, it's usually if you're a hockey
player, you're a hockey player.
You're a hockey family.
Well, you got to go to those 4 a.m. practices, so you better be ready for that.
It's a big commitment.
Yeah.
Especially when you're at that age with the ice time and all that. It's also expensive.
It's very expensive.
Got the equipment because they have to. The teams have to pay for the ice time.
Ice time,
cheap. And there's only a handful of rinks around. There's a good amount. I mean, but think about all these local teams that have local towns that have teams.
They're all looking to fight for time. South with the ball, down on the east side of the court with a 10-point advantage. Not a ton of changes in the starting lineup here for the third quarter. Nice take underneath, and Ranieri got fouled. Just 1 point for Ranieri in the first half, but she'll get a chance for free throws.
You recognize a few last names like Kaiser and McDonald, who have siblings on the high school teams.
First free throw is missed. I mean, there's some names that are. I mean, McDonald's is obviously a very popular last name. But,
yes.
But the spelling is different in the fact that not everybody spells it with M-A-C.
And I did recognize Mr. McDonald, my old elementary school principal. He's over there, and I know that's their father. So
that solidifies it.
Yes, that's why I didn't speculate. I had pretty good information. Yes, I had pretty good information. He's a tough guy in this. He's a tall guy, great guy.
6:25 to go, and neither side has scored here in the third quarter.
And I know he's been involved with youth basketball in the past, so a lot of these people, these players now have probably played for him on the town or a travel setting, or even had him as a principal.
Nice take inside as Ranieri gets the basket. 3 points in the game. At some point, you just think that South's going to run away with it, but East keeps battling. They keep trying to keep it close.
Well, you got to leave it all. This is the last game of the year, so you have nothing to save. You drain it all out now.
Foul called, and we'll see free throws.
What I would be worried about if you're East, though, if it gets to a certain point, if it gets to like a 20-point lead, right now it's only a 12-point lead. If it gets to over 15 or 20, maybe it's a running clock, so they wouldn't stop on the fouls.
Might not be able to press either.
Yes, exactly.
Free throw is no good, and both sides struggling here on the big stage.
Not that we've seen a lot of pressing.
No, we haven't seen too much.
But we might start to see it from East. They like we talked about right before the half, that 8 to 12 point gap has not been closed. That's not going to help.
Both free throws, no good. As South has it knocked away from behind, and it's been Nugent. As Nugent with the pass to the outside. As a three is let go. Pretty good looking shot. No good though by Ormsby. We've seen some pretty good form on a handful of shots, just haven't stayed down. A couple of layups missed, and obviously a lot of free throws missed.
Especially at the younger level, you look for the form, and you look for the fundamentals, and it's the fundamentals are there. It's just the more, I guess it's kind of the more nitty-gritty of the game. You know, the spacing, the passing,
the picks,
exactly.
The more complicated things.
The moving without the ball. It's things that help the team, but you look for fundamentals and you look for what they're doing. Like, that's a good crossover, that's a good take. They'll learn to wait on that a little bit. Wait till you're not under the rim to take the shot, and you can use the glass. If you're Coach Freeman watching this, you're excited of what's to come because you see that you have a lot to work with.
Another foul called underneath, and
he does notice that he has a lot to improve with the free throw shooting and the fouling.
That's a big thing.
Even with the free throws, though, not many of these players jumping from the line, which next year won't be allowed. When you go to the high school level, you're not allowed to jump when you take the free throw shot.
A lot of changes in every sport as you move up in each level. And obviously the level of play gets a lot more complicated. You're going to face a lot higher talent. I mean, you're talking about as a freshman at the high school level, you might be facing seniors who obviously 3 years more of experience. You know what I mean? So it's a complicated situation as the shot missed by Kaiser, rebound taken down by Nugent, and back up the court. Not much scoring here in this third quarter.
And that's the thing these coaches preach at this level. And see, looking ahead, that's the smart. Looking ahead, right there. That's what I was talking about. You know, you preach the fundamentals and you preach learning the game. To look ahead there, the pass was a little bit late, but your eyes were up the court. You weren't looking down when you're dribbling. You weren't looking for the shot. You're looking to pass. It was a little bit late, but it's the right idea, and that's the kind of stuff that's really encouraging.
Sent to the corner, now driving baseline, and the ball wouldn't stay down. Nice take there by Mazzini. I think one of the biggest differences I've seen between the two teams is the aggressiveness of South taking the ball to the basket. Just seemingly much more fluent on the way to the basket.
And that's not something you can teach. You know, that's something players come with. The aggressiveness.
The aggressiveness.
Toughness. That's stuff that it's not teachable. You know, you either have it or you don't. And it comes sometimes with maturity and with more time playing. It comes. You realize, like, look, this is how you win. You got to play physical.
Chemistry, teamwork,
exactly.
all very important in this sport.
Remember, they didn't play last year, and they play a short season.
That's a big factor. You think about it. Think about some of the seventh graders from last year didn't play at all. So this is their final season.
This is it.
Season,
this is your first year as an eighth grade player playing for your school. This is your first year. You didn't get to play last year. You didn't get to play town ball last year. You know, unless you're out there playing together, and I'm sure they do. I'm sure they shoot around, but it's not
the same level.
Not the fundamentals. You're focusing on just shooting threes. You're focusing on having fun. You're not focusing on your fundamentals at that age, and that's what it's all about. And, you know, the year gap is a big thing.
If you can't really simulate that type of play either. You can't simulate game action. Just practicing shooting around out in the yard, it's not the same as live action.
And looking down the East roster here, just 3 7th graders. So every single one of these players goes without saying. Obviously, we said it. They didn't play last year, so none of these girls played last year. And you have three girls that were just in 7th grade.
Jump shot is good by Ranieri, banked home, and it's 28-14. We've only seen 4 points here in this third quarter, all by South.
So that gap trying to get a little bit wider here. 14-point lead now. It's starting to get away just a little bit. Might have been a forced shot there. Still a good look.
Rebound secured by Ranieri with just under 3 minutes to go now here in the third quarter. 14-point lead and the ball. Driving right along the baseline. Shot is no good. And McDonald will keep the ball as the jump ball is in favor of South. Some substitutions.
Looked like there was somebody wide open right on the block on the inbound.
Didn't see it.
I don't think they saw it.
Ball knocked away, no foul calls.
Miller wanted that one too.
Just 5 fouls here in this third quarter, 3 against South, 2 against East, as the scoop shot is no good. You see the Bulldog without the head on
I bet
right
you it's
now.
hot under there.
Oh yeah,
I do not blame the Bulldog for taking the mask off. I bet it is hot under there.
especially in this big gym with this many people in here.
Plus, you don't stop moving. She's been dancing the whole time.
Did they change
I wonder.
every
I think
game?
there's only one mascot.
Oh, okay.
Remember back when I was in middle school, a couple of years ago, and I said it earlier, I don't remember a lot of it, but I do remember this. They did have tryouts for the mascot. And they were at the school one day, and my mom really wanted me to try out to be the mascot. She thought it would have been a funny thing, and
Obviously, it didn't happen.
she was quite disappointed that I didn't do it. I wasn't as easygoing and open as I was. Used to be a shy kid, believe it or not. I don't think I really came out of my shell until about 8th grade year. As a 6th grader, my mom goes, "Go try out for the mascot." No, not me.
Maybe now you would have.
Oh yeah, now I'd have a blast with it. I'd be crowd surfing. I might get in trouble if I was the mascot. I'd be like jumping down the stands, but I'd feel invincible in that thing. Got a big head.
1:41 to go into the foul calls.
Miller's starting to get a little frustrated with his team here, just with the fouls.
Another miss at the free throw line.
Just think, if East hits half the free throws that they've missed today, you're looking at a 6.5-point game.
10 points for Nugent after the free throw. First player in double figure for either side. And if it wasn't for the play of Nugent in this game, I don't think East would even be in any sort of striking distance.
No. So that's another little thing about the game that we just noticed. You saw number 20, I think 21 for East was on the block, stepped up when she saw the player driving. That's a smart play that you'd like to see.
Looked like a player for South, maybe with a bloody nose down there.
We said best in the business, Kara Hines there to assist. I think the mask, I mean, getting a bloody nose with the mask is pretty disgusting, but it would make it easier to hide it. You know, if you were that gritty and wanted to continue to play, especially if it's one of those black masks, forget about it. They're not going to find out.
So just a minute to go here until the fourth quarter begins. Nice layup try, but no good on the try from Diode. South's gotten some really good looks underneath that they have not made, but I mean, if you're going to get those chances, more often than not, you got to make them.
And it goes back to the spacing. That's something they've been doing a lot better than East has. You see number 12 running right over to where the ball is. See, nobody's on the left side of the court. That's a good screen and roll. Just got to be clean. Where you see South has someone in every position in the court. 14 moving without the ball. The spacing's there, and therefore the ball movement opens up. See, that was a good roll.
And a timeout taken here by head coach Miller.
I think he sees something you can exploit here.
23 seconds to go here in the third quarter as the mascot out there doing a little dance. The Bulldog working its way down the baseline underneath the basket right now, doing a little.
I don't know if that the spectator there. I don't know if that woman's trying to tell the Bulldog to go like taunt the East side. That's what I would be doing. Again, though, shout out to them. I don't know what grade the Bulldog's in, but they have shown no fear, and they've got quite the moves.
I mean, technically, aren't both mascots dogs?
Is a cougar a dog? I don't know. A cougar's like a panther or something.
Maybe it is.
I don't know.
Well, we haven't seen it, have we?
No,
we haven't
it's not
seen
here.
No, it's not here.
It's on the COVID reserve. Must have got lost. I think a cougar would be in the same family as a dog.
It's a very similar resemblance. At least, what I'm thinking of is like the head
It's
of
closer
of
to
the
a cat, I would say, actually.
Yeah. The head of the cougar is very similar to what we would see.
I don't know if a cougar is a domesticated animal like a dog, whereas you can have them as pets. I don't know anyone that has a cougar as a pet.
Well, that might have to change then, huh?
Yeah, it might have to.
With 23 seconds left here in the third quarter, we'll see what South can do here in the final seconds. I would imagine they try and hold for the final shot, but that's good defense. Well, that was not what head coach Miller probably had in mind there to turn the ball over.
I think they were trying to draw something up there, though. That's why they took the timeout. And did East just take one of their own? I believe they did.
Cougar is a big cat, is the word I've gotten.
Big cat. So it would be under the family of a cat.
I guess my question is how come we don't have a mascot by both sides here? That's the question.
Some style points.
Well, 12 and a half seconds left. Yeah, you got to be able to. Well, you can clearly see a big disparity in the crowd between the south and east side.
Imagine a cougar running around on all fours. That'd be hysterical.
Well, you do have like professional teams like the Seahawks, where they actually have a Seahawk there.
Yes, a little bird. Yukon Huskies. They got a dog.
The Georgia Bulldogs, all different.
The South Bulldogs.
South Bulldogs.
Maybe they
Georgia
stuck
Bulldogs.
it in Mr. Ranieri's office, the principal. Maybe he's got the dog in there.
Steal by South here in the final 5 seconds. Gotta have to shoot it quickly. No good. Rebound, and the shot up and over the hoop.
That's a good pass ahead, though. That's the right idea. Good to put it on the ground because the East defender's right there. Throw it high, throw it over the head, get a good look.
Well, every opportunity's been there for South to put this game away. They're up by 13. Still a very comfortable advantage. And the way this game has gone, I mean, can you see East putting up 13 points in the fourth quarter? The way it's gone, they've only scored 15 points through 3 quarters, so they're averaging just 5 points a quarter.
I've seen crazier things. I'd be worried about the clock running low here. And South's defense doing a great job.
They're doing a great job, and I feel like right now they're going to try and utilize a little bit of the clock too. So we'll see what both sides can do in the fourth quarter here at the Jamboree. We'll be right back.
Hey girl, got your text. What did you want to talk about?
Well, last weekend at your party, I felt like you were ignoring me the whole time, and
Oh my god, I didn't mean to.
We have been talking about the party all week, and then Saturday comes, and I just felt left out.
I totally didn't mean to come off like that. You're one of my best friends. Of course I wanted you there.
I wasn't gonna say anything, but it's been really bugging me, so I just wanted to get it out in the open.
No, I'm glad you did. I'm so sorry I made you feel that way.
Thanks, I really appreciate that. So, we're good?
We're good. Are you doing anything right now? We could hang out for a bit.
Nope, I'm totally free. Let me just text my mom.
Healthy friendships are built on good communication and honesty. Do you know what makes a relationship healthy? Visit mass.gov/respectfully to learn more.
Welcome back to the Herget Gymnasium here at Braintree High School. Jamboree, quarter number 4 here of game number 1, the girls' game, with South leading 28-15. Mike Wassel and Justin Turpin on the call here on BCAM TV, and we'll see what South can do here as they try and finish off this game.
We play a lot of cat and mouse. There's no shot clock, so that's a huge advantage.
3-point try. That was a quick shot right off the bat. No good by McDonald, who's already hit a couple threes.
See, that's what the spacing leads to, an open lane.
No good on the layup, but a steal. And East right now having trouble getting the rebounds as the 3 again missed, and another offensive rebound. South just content to take shot after shot as they continue to miss.
This is a 40-second possession.
Head coach Miller not very happy that his team missed 4 straight shots.
I also don't think he's happy that the shots were taken so early in the possession.
Not only that, but I think South settling for threes when they should be taking the ball inside.
Yes.
if you're trailing, I can understand the three-point shot. Why you don't need a three right now when you're up by 15 or 13 points, whatever the lead is.
Good ball fake there.
South trying to get another steal, and they do. Underneath, it's Ranieri with the takeaway, and right now, East just having all sorts of problems moving the ball up the floor. Quick shot by McDonald, knocks it down. So McDonald with 8 points, the leading scorer here of the game for South, and then a steal. Close to a travel on McDonald as she takes it right to the basket, lays it off the glass, no good. The putback is good. As
Second
finish,
chance opportunities, it would be the death of East.
finished by Mazzini.
And that serves as a good learning lesson. You know, you can't miss free throws and you can't give second chance opportunities, and they've done both.
Shot from the outside, no good.
Good hustle.
And South coming away with the ball. As the layup is no good. Maybe a little bit
Looks like she tried to draw
selfish
a little bit
there.
of a foul.
Instead of making that pass, I probably would have passed that ball.
Now, I wouldn't be surprised if we see just a lot of East just floating around the perimeter because down 17,
Down
under
17.
6 to go. Can't
Starting
really
to,
have these long possessions.
starting to turn into a little bit of a blowout now.
Yes.
Nice defensive play as Kaiser with the block.
Now, South looks just a lot more fresh, a lot more
Ranieri taking it down the lane, got away with the
rested.
travel.
You look at it, I mean, there's 7 people on the South bench,
Nice crossover and the finish.
4 on the East.
Finished by Mazzini, who's got 6 points. Got the last 4 points by the Bulldogs. So the boys' game will be up next. They haven't changed the quarter number. It is not the third quarter, it's the fourth quarter. 34-15 and the ball for South. Driving it down inside is McDonald, no good. Offensive rebound, and the putback is good.
Just not getting about the rolls.
The rebounding
rolls.
has been all South.
All South. Oh, and that's what you talked about earlier. You mentioned it earlier in the broadcast, the size.
The size has been a huge advantage in favor of South, and it's really factored in this game.
Now with the 21-point lead,
Nice shot.
make it down to 19. I was
Nice
gonna say,
shot underneath by Visser.
With the 21-point lead, I was going to say, I didn't know if it was going to be a running clock the rest of the way, but we're back within 19.
Just seems like South can get to the basket whenever they want to. Drive underneath, no good. Putback is good.
They're just playing smart basketball.
Ranieri with the basket. She's got 7 in the game.
You know, they were shooting a 3-ball earlier. It wasn't falling. They switched their whole game plan. Now they're just attacking the net. That's what you got to do.
Long
Nice
shot
three.
is good.
A good pick there, number 1. Set the screen.
So 3:35 to go in the game. It's 38-20. And the South Bulldogs with the ball, but now it's taken away in a foul. Obviously South with a distinct advantage right now, but you have seen spurts of good play from East. The problem in this game for East is that they haven't been able to hit shots consistently enough, and the free throw shooting has not been very good.
Right. That's 2 important things in basketball, 2 important concepts.
If the field goal percentage isn't there and the free throw percentage isn't there,
You will
you're
most
probably not
likely-
going to win.
And with all the turnovers they've had, you really can't, it's any sport, you can't lose the turnover battle, and very rarely do you win the game if you lose it.
As the ball will be tied up, a jump ball. Substitutions. So the next game was slated to start around 4:45. Probably not going to happen. It's 3:38 now, or 4:38.
Still going to give them some warm-up time.
Yeah, they're going to probably give them between 5 to 10
pictures.
minutes. Yeah. So we're probably looking at a 5 o'clock start time, I would imagine, for the boys' game. 38-22 as East starting to make a little bit of noise here late. A couple of baskets here in the
Might be
last 2
a
possessions.
little too late, under 3 minutes to go.
Long 3, and that went off the side of the hoop.
typically rule that out of bounds, but they let him go.
Another jump ball. It's going to stay with South.
That looked like it hit the black part.
Yep.
Like holding
the outside
up
of the hoop,
like,
which is out of bounds.
That is out of
technically.
bounds, so they let it go. And South got another possession out of it. A close game. I can imagine the coaches would be livid.
That one thrown to the stands.
How you slice it, that's out of bounds. They did update the scoreboard in the fourth quarter.
Just in case anybody was watching at
In
home
doubt.
and wondering.
Trying to stay on that pivot foot.
And a foul called on South.
Poor girl's taking a beating.
Oh, yeah.
You said it earlier. She just continues to fall.
Karanov.
Smart stayed on that pivot foot, though. Didn't travel. They're going to set up the stack again.
Trying to release the shot. High off the glass, no good. And another opportunity. Nice pass underneath. And it rolls in. Nice job underneath as Visser with another basket. She's got 6 points. 38-24. I believe that's 6 straight points now for East. Wide open. Where was the defense there? Wide open to the basket.
That's what happens when you get to the basket.
Mazzini again. She's got 8 points. And now it's the steal. And then it gets knocked down.
It was on the east side of the court, so it wasn't a press, but they let it go. So it must be 20 points because they're up 16, and there's a little bit of a press there.
Nearing the end of game 1 of the Jamboree. Just 1 minute and 45 left. And a game that has been controlled by South from the start. And now they're starting to use a little bit more clock. A long shot, no good. I know it's so hard not to be tempted by the three-point shot if you're South, but you really don't need a three-point shot with a 16-point lead. You want to milk the clock, make passes, and if you have to take a shot, shoot
You
it.
see that shooting section, you see the varsity coaches here, and you're like, all right. Little do they know, though, their three-point shots really know what they're looking for.
No.
You know, they're looking, like we've been preaching, the fundamentals and such. And that's a good pass. See, that's the type of stuff they're looking for. The roll and the good pass. Not the three. Especially the three, don't get me wrong. The three is a great addition to the game. But that's not what they're looking for.
No, but you know, once you start teaching it and you get carried away with it, that's when it starts to become a problem. Especially if you're not hitting it consistently, and nobody's hitting it consistently.
Well, who doesn't want to try to shoot a long ball? It's fun.
Well, you see
Just
it.
gotta know when to go.
You see in so many players now with specialists as a three-point shooter. You just want to reenact it. Nice take to the basket. And the bucket was there from Barry, just her first basket of the game. So maybe one more possession, and this game will be over. An air ball on the shot.
See if South just dribbles it out here. Can't imagine East would let them, but
Well, no reason to shoot it if you're South, though.
no. Except for the, just to rub it in.
Well,
And one.
I guess what do we know about it?
How about that? It's a rivalry game, Mike.
So a chance for a three-point play. I don't know how much that excites head coach Miller on the sideline,
No.
but maybe it excited you. I think he's more
It's
on
a
my
rivalry
side.
game.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, I guess
Stick
so.
it to him.
Well, especially you being a South.
Exactly, I said it. A Bulldog homer up here I am today.
Free throws no good. Barry with a little bit of a laugh there after the miss at the free throw line. Final 20 seconds, 46-24. As it's opened up to a 22-point game, and the basket is good underneath. Virolini with her first basket of the game. That might be all the scoring we see.
I don't know. She looked up at the clock. I think she's going to want the last shot here. Oh, yeah. Stick it to him.
They take it anyway, and no good on the shot. Head coach Miller said, "Don't shoot it." They shoot it anyway.
What do you have to lose?
Hard to tell the middle school kids not to do something and they follow through. So,
Coach, it's my last game as a Bulldog. I'm shooting it.
that is the final score. So 46-26 is the final score as South wins the game here in the Jamboree. Game number 1 of 2. It'll be the boys' game to follow. And here today, McDonald with 10 points for South, followed behind by Mazzini with 8, Ranieri with 7. And on the other side, the Cougars got pretty much most of their scoring from Nugent. She had 13 of their 26 points, so half their scoring. And now in a game that you hope you can get multiple players to score for you, that didn't really happen today for East, unfortunately.
No, but if you're Coach Freeman, who stuck the whole thing throughout this whole time, you're encouraged. You saw a lot of good fundamentals, good basketball, especially on the south side. It's just the free throws are going to be a problem. Even at this level, if you miss that much, it's not really acceptable. But definitely the future's bright for sure.
Well, that'll conclude our live stream broadcast of Game 1. We'll have the boys' game to follow. We'll take a quick break in the action and bring you back the boys' game here of the Jamboree, East and South, getting ready for Game 2 after this. Hello and welcome back to Braintree High School for game number 2 here of the Jamboree. It'll be the boys' middle school game. Mike Wassel and Justin Turpin on hand here for BCAM TV. And again, the girls' game, it was 46-26 South with the victory in that game. And we'll see who wins the second game. South obviously hoping for a clean sweep here today, but I know on paper, East has been very strong here this year.
Yes, yes, sir, they have.
So we'll see the starting 5 go to the court. As we get ready for the opening tip, it'll be Shelgin jumping against Joyce. And the opening tip is won by South. Into the backcourt.
I don't think
as the
South
Roach will start.
has a pant rule on their jerseys. Appears we got
All different types
we
of
got the whole rainbow.
shorts. Not on the other side though.
No, blue on blue for East.
So it's going to start to move the ball to the basket here. Driving, and the first shot is a foul. So we'll see the first free throws.
See how the free throw performance is in this game.
So Quigley, Shelgin, Zolano, Maloney, and DeRoche, the starting 5 for South. And right now it is Shelgin at the free throw line. Gets the first free throw to fall.
Loud cheer for one free throw.
And 1 for 2. As back up the court comes Anderson, as he takes a quick shot, missed it. And the rebound battled for, goes out of bounds, and it will stay with East. So Anderson, Farragher, Erler, Ellie, and Joyce, the starting 5 for East.
Looks like they're going that stack play again, that box.
Anderson fell down. You see him
Tough
down
play.
there with the ball right now, and that's going to be a
Coach got the
taken.
timeout off.
Yep.
I don't know how many timeouts they got. I didn't know if he was going to use the timeouts that early, but probably a good spot to use it. He was in some deep trouble there.
Well, it's only less than a minute into this
Yeah.
first quarter. Early to take a timeout, and no real reason to take a break yet with just 1 point on the board here in this first quarter.
He was in some trouble there. Doubled on the ground there.
So again, obviously neither of us know the players. I mean, we have a little familiarity with some of the names of siblings maybe, but
No,
we're going to do the best we can.
On the East. I had the pleasure, use that lightly, of coaching them in Pop Warner this fall. So good kids.
Do the best we can with pronunciations. Joyce with the ball as East works it around the perimeter. Anderson stepping back for a 3, and he nails it.
Beautiful shot.
So Anderson's clearly been a go-to player here early. He's taken the first 2 shots. And South with a quick pass, and nearly losing the ball as they look underneath, and it's taken away.
Playing quick already, both sides.
Ellie takes the ball inside, throws it up, no good. Gets his own miss as it goes off his hand and out of bounds. So the Bulldogs will take back over.
Good hustle there, getting a second chance opportunity.
Nice little crossover. You can see a much quicker rotation and much faster ball movement here in the boys' game.
Back and forth. Good
Anderson
move.
with a little spin move, and he gets it to go. 5-1 is the advantage. All 5 of the points scored by Anderson. Anderson with a near steal. Taken
Look at
right
the hustle
back.
there by Anderson. Great job.
As Anderson now 2-on-1, throws it behind Ellie. As Ellie swallowed up, he gets it back to Anderson to let another 3 go, and he missed this one. And South with a steal.
Right idea there, just to pass a little
Nice
bit
pass
behind.
underneath and a block by Ellie. The East fan section seeming like they're going to have a lot more to share about here in this game. When you get a dynamic score like you've seen from Anderson early, it really rejuvenates the crowd.
Yeah, high intensity, both sides. Early on here.
Step back, that's a 2.
Deep 2.
No good.
So you can see the excitement there.
Ellie with the miss. Offensive rebound, also missed. Ellie with a 3rd chance. Count it and a foul.
Ellie's been a beast on the boards for them. Just a couple minutes in here, about 3 minutes in, he's gotten them at least 3 second chance opportunities already.
It's pretty crazy to look down at the 2 benches and to see how big the East roster is versus the South roster.
It was the opposite in the girls' game. The South that had the bigger roster. You see 2 kids there on the South bench in street clothes, maybe with 3 of them, one next to the coach as well. No, he does have a jersey on. So 2 of them in street clothes could be 2 injuries they're dealing with. And sometimes when that happens, you see the managers get called up. But still plenty to go. They still have 10.
4:50 to go here in the opening quarter, and a rare turnover here for East. Substitution, first of the game, as Harkin comes in, and Farragher comes off.
Defense.
Nice steal. And a better defensive play. What a nice play by DeRoche.
East really pushing the ball. Trying to get out in front.
A 3-pointer is no good. And flying in for the rebound and tying it up will be number 11, Quigley.
So they will rotate. Every time there's a jump ball, and I say that in air quotes, they'll rotate possessions. So usually a ref will have something they'll switch in their pocket. So they'll have like a lineup, whatever it may be, like an extra whistle, and they just kind of put it in the other pocket.
Work to the top of the key for Ellie. Good hands there to try and knock that one away by Quigley, and a better, nice play over by the sidelines. Excellent steal. You gotta be impressed by the play of DeRoche. He's been very strong defensively. I know South's down 7-1, but his play has kept South in this one down 6.
East just playing so much quicker than South right now. They're flying around, making the plays.
The anticipation right now is much stronger on the East side. They're ready for the passes. They're ready for
It's
the
hurt them
shots.
on the offensive end a couple times though, when they're too far out in front of themselves.
That's a
They're
foul.
trying to. They think they have a 3-on-2 opportunity, whatever it may be. They're trying to rush the floor, and they're not there yet. Sometimes it's just best to slow it down, space the floor, see what you can do.
That'll be the second foul on Joyce, number 44 in blue.
I think he's going to come out now already in early foul trouble.
Yep.
Running out of time.
Nice pass.
Right in front of him.
Unfortunate miss there underneath by Shelgin.
Anderson slows it down there. See, that's what they've had to do a couple times. If you Just move around, set a screen.
Anticipation, picked off. At the other end, laid up and in.
Credit to Ellie, though. He got high up on that jump. I thought he had a pin opportunity there. He was chasing it down, trying to be patient with it, trying to wait, not get the foul called. Good defensive play to not get the foul called. You know, good hustle, too. You turn the ball over, he raced back, contested the shot. Just a good take.
So a good start here in this one. 7-3 is the advantage for East. We'll take a quick break in the action with 3:28 to go here in the first quarter. We'll be right back. Play resuming into the hands of Anderson, who has 5 of the 7 points for East. As they try and work it down on the block, but South with some strong defense. Ellie takes it inside, tough shot, and he gets the roll.
They're getting the rolls we weren't seeing earlier in the girls' game.
So back to a 6-point game. It's 9-3. Nice take underneath. No foul called. I don't know how that wasn't a foul. As DeRoche was hammered on his way to the basket, and Anderson with an easy bucket at the other end.
Coach McCabe asking about what was up with that. No call.
I don't blame him. That was a clear foul. I know the referees reffed the game before this, but that's unacceptable.
Good pass.
And then they call that. That was a better.
More like it was ball.
That was more like a block, but maybe that was a makeup call. Who knows?
You know, it's something that people joke about where you say, oh, there was a makeup call. Oh, they exist.
They do.
Referees will give a team a makeup call. Next time it's close, where it can go either way. All right, here's your makeup call. It's going your way.
First free throw is good. Two at the line.
See East moving in transition already. Good pass, just a little bit behind him.
Anderson looking to thread the pass for Harkin, and he wasn't ready for it.
A little bit behind him.
Good idea, but he wasn't ready.
They're playing quick in transition.
Running up and getting the 3 to go. As Lamb knocks down a 3. I don't think that was anticipated. 11-7 the score.
Looking for the big fella on the post there. 2 of them.
And a foul called.
Is it on the ground?
Yep.
I don't think anyone wants to inbound it. They're setting up the box and they don't have an inbounder. See if they try to look for the elbow shot here on the pick from 24. Here he goes. He set the pick. They went inside though.
Sent back towards the top of the key.
So there's usually 2 plays out of that. You go to the elbow or you go to the inside. They chose the inside there.
And they're going to count that. Little continuation. I don't agree with it, but they count the basket.
Thought that was on the floor too.
Some suspect refereeing here in game 2 early.
They're working the overtime, baby. 2 games in a row for them.
For a 3-point play.
Got loud in here, huh?
Offensive rebound and the putback is good. And Ellie right now just doing too much on the glass. We talked about the South girls height advantage. It's been all boys here for East.
East does have, you look down on it, certainly the height advantage. You look at 24 and 23. For East, I mean, towering over all the South defenders. It looks like it might have been a travel. He had a little happy feet there, but they let it go. Another thing I picked up on, Coach Crook, varsity coach of the boys team, has taken over Coach Freeman's perch and is looking on watchfully here. And I'm sure the kids know who that guy is. He's been here for a while.
Well, I'm sure there's obviously some area for impression. That's what a lot of the players are looking to impress.
Exactly.
As that
Great
one's
defensive
blocked.
play. And they're working quickly in transition again. See, that Anderson doesn't have the help there. He
No
just went
good.
1-on-2 and he took it himself. He should slow that down.
Taking it back up the floor is DeRocha, and it looked like he hit his foot. Yeah, he dribbled it off his own foot, lost the ball.
Ellie's got the quick hands there.
Ellie and Anderson clearly the two top players for East. I mean, that was pretty easy for us to pick out right off the bat. And here's a
Good
nice
pass.
backdoor pass.
Alley-oop.
In the air.
Oh, go
shot.
up and
Good.
get it. Quite the chemistry those two got.
17-7 as
Good pass.
nice pass underneath. Unfortunate that South cannot convert as Quigley missed
I think
underneath.
Ellie wants it. That's a great take.
As East continuing to get every rebound. And the putback is good, and this one's starting to get out of hand quickly early in quarter number one.
And that's a great job by Chris Ferraro. Again, we're trying our best with the pronunciations, but gets the offensive rebound, resets his feet, and goes back up with it. He missed the first one. He knew to set his feet, didn't slap it. That's a good job. See, now South all around the perimeter. They're looking up at that scoreboard, just a 12-point lead. Everyone around the perimeter, and that's
Knocked
what
away
happens.
by Anderson.
Anderson and Ellie working together here.
He's probably been involved with 3 or 4 steals here
Oh,
early.
Behind the back, smooth as silk.
9 points here in the first quarter for Anderson. He's on his way to a big game. As South goes to the ground and lost the ball. And that's the way the first quarter comes to a close. So Anderson and Ellie providing 17 of the 21 points that East has, as we will take a break in the action after 1 quarter of play. 21-7, the advantage in favor of East. We'll be right back.
You might feel like there's too many problems in the world, or that, you know, you as a 15-year-old, 16-year-old can't really make a difference.
It's not always about you. It's not just one person. It's a group. It's a team. If we all show up together, that's what it's all about.
I was a part of helping to build what it is today.
I'm really lucky to get to be a part of that legacy.
Just that simple act that takes, 5 or 10 minutes of your time is making a difference and is transforming someone else's life.
Once you get there and realize how much you can change someone's life, it's one of the best feelings in the world.
I'd do anything to convince you just to be a part of this.
You guys keep doing what you're doing. It's something special.
Get up and try something. Just try it. Just go to one event, one action team event.
It'll just make you feel so good about yourself.
Welcome back here to Braintree High School, start of quarter number 2 here in the Jamboree of game number 2. South girls winning game 1 by 20, 46-26, and here we are in game 2 with East up by 14 after a quarter.
East has the quick hands on defense. Anything left out in front, they're just cleaning up and taking it away. Here they were in transition again. The big fella.
Long pass from Anderson. As now Ellie tries to barrel his way to the basket. Good defense. Braintree double teams him. Leaves Anderson open again. And Anderson, yet again, knocks it down. I don't understand the help defense there. You're leaving, obviously, the top offensive weapon wide open.
And that's pretty impressive for Ellie. He's playing it. He's a guard, clearly a guard. Just playing as a forward, backing down, and then finding the open man. Great job.
12 points for Anderson, and a nice take to the basket as DeRoche scores.
Is that the
and a
kick
chance
start?
for 3.
The Bulldogs needed.
Free throw is good. 24-10. Here with 7 minutes to go in the half. Ellie takes it inside. Trying to do a little bit too much there as he has it knocked away. Lost control.
It was a dangerous take there.
Quee taking the ball as he dishes it back out top for Zolano. Looking underneath, nice pass. Little over the top look and a foul. It's going to go on East. Looked like that was going to be on number 34, Zen.
Both teams going with this box inbound play under the net. So now they're going for the elbow.
South pulling up for three, it's short. As DeRoche missed it.
Had a good look. Just not enough on it.
Doesn't seem to be a strength of South. They don't really seem to be looking for that three-point shot. Sometimes you have really good shooters. Sometimes your strengths are more inside the paint.
It's a good move by Anderson.
No good. The putback also no good. As Anderson with a third opportunity leaves it out for Zen. He missed the three. A fourth chance. Anderson, yes. 14, and he's doing it all.
Great job by Donovan, giving them a second chance. No, he missed a shot, but on the rebound, went up with it. Just going to set your feet on that. Anderson, great hustle. And working quickly here.
Anderson takes it right to the basket, and he missed the layup.
One of the only criticisms you really have for him is just playing often, sometimes just too quick. It's a one-on-3, and he took it himself, which he's been having his way. But once you get to the high school level, very rarely will that go your way.
(26-10) as South down by 16. That was a travel, yeah.
Delayed whistle. But
very delayed.
They got it. Got stuck in the mud a little bit there.
You wonder how long Anderson and Ellie will play in this game. If the game continues the way it is, I'd be surprised if we're seeing them at all in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, this is the first time we've seen Ellie sit. I don't, in my account, I don't think Anderson sat. So, see, they're trying to set something up here. Something sort of a play. There it is.
Looking underneath for Anderson, and he gets fouled from behind.
See how good his free throw game is. We've been harping on the importance of that all afternoon.
Looked pretty good in the first one. He's got 15. And it's been all East here in the first half. Just the pace of this game has been so much different. Up and down the court.
A lot quicker.
Knocks a bolt down. So the Bulldogs now working into the front court. Open shooter, as the three is no good. Offensive rebound and
Didn't look like he jumped on
back.
that. Just kind of caught it and pushed it forward. He's trying to work in transition quickly. Donovan should roll on that.
And the three-point try. This is no good by Joyce. So a 20-point advantage, 30-10 with 4:05 to go. Another shot off the mark.
You can just see the height so clearly on the court. The advantage for East. They got two big guys working on the transition. Good pass.
Jump shot from Joyce, and it stays down.
Great
First
job.
basket.
Starting to get into a little bit of a blowout here. Anderson, quick hands.
DeRoche not giving up. And this just three is good. Interesting release on that three-point shot. As Shelgin knocks it down. She's got 6 points.
If it works, right?
First timer of the game is Bongiovanni.
Great move.
As Joyce works underneath, the left-handed scoop shot's no good. And then the shot by Donovan is also missed.
Donovan's been there for a couple of rebounds. Just got to look to pass it out if it's not falling. Good chase down there.
Quick take to the basket, and Maloney did not draw any contact. As Joyce gets right to the cup and missed again. Anderson underneath, he will not miss.
The second chance opportunities, like we saw earlier, the second chance opportunities that killed the East girls team are now killing the South boys team.
The polar opposite.
Yeah. It's like they switch roles, see if Anderson slows it down here. I think he wants it. He sees a mismatch right there. Looked like he had the left.
I like the aggressive nature of Anderson, but I would like to see him start spreading the ball around.
Yes.
It's great to see him score this many points, but at some point, you got to stop.
That looks okay. That corner three looks
that's okay.
Wide open. And you got it again.
Especially with the big lead like this. If it's a close game, I don't mind the shot as much, but with a distinct advantage like this, you got to start moving the ball around.
Another one. Donovan's going to look to pick. Exactly.
Anderson again, missed it again.
Look at 4 straight offensive rebounds for East.
Just can't get the rebound. They just don't have any size. I mean, look at you had 2 South players, probably under 5 feet.
Yeah. Oh yeah, easily under 5 feet. And Anderson's showing his ability to pass the ball too. Just when you're in that scoring rhythm, it's hard to pass it up.
Maloney with the ball, as he will let a 3 go and knock it down.
It's a good shot. That was a good contest by Donovan. Had his hands up. It's a great shot.
So South with a couple of 3s here in this second quarter. And that's going to be an illegal screen.
Yeah, you lead under him. Little guys are going to get that call.
Just a size advantage there.
It's going to be a whole lineup change here for East.
I don't know if that's 4 fouls or 3 fouls on Joyce. Might have been his 4th. .105 to go here in the first half as South is fouled underneath and a player is shaken up. Looks like he took a shot in the head.
He's in good hands with Kara. Oh.
Don't like that.
We got a live dump button. Little obscene gesture to the crowd. I'm sure they had something to say.
I'm sure there was plenty being said by the crowd, but that's can't do that. Can't do that.
Not in front of the administrators and even outside of the game. You got the athletic director from Braintree High here. You got the coaches. You got all your teachers, your classmates. Can't do that.
And I think head coach Miller from the girls team coming over and telling him, I know you're not feeling great, but don't do that again.
And Coblin's right there too. I think he's got something to say about it. Say, none of that.
Obviously, you're worried about his health, but
can't turn around enough.
No.
Flipping the bird.
If you're playing pickup ball with nobody in the nobody around,
that's fine. Yes, but not under these circumstances.
No good on the free throw as Ellie comes away with the ball. Let's see if he attacks. Anderson is on the bench for the first time. So it's probably going to be Ellie running the show.
For the first half, we've got a minute left. Good pass. Good
Ellie
take.
underneath, and he scores easily.
When you have that much of a size advantage over them, it's hard to stop.
It's almost like no matter who has the ball, whether it's Anderson or Ellie, they can score whenever they get the ball.
Yeah. Impressive at this age.
I'm sure it's not like that against every team, but here in this game, they've had their way. And that's an understatement.
I think them two alone have outscored South.
So to the free throw line. Free throw is good.
Free throw shooting definitely it's gotten a little bit better.
DeRoche knocks down both free throws. He's got 6 points. 36-18. Long three, and the shot's off the mark. Offensive rebound.
Offensive rebound.
And a foul. As Ellie again crashing the boards, and he'll get to the free throw line for 2.
If you're Coach McCabe, it's just box out, but there's only so much you can do. A little bit of a line drive there.
Free throw no good. Two at the line. 11 points for Ellie. 15 seconds left here in the first half. Oh boy, this is not a good spot to be caught. Final 5 seconds. That's going to be a steal. Here in the final seconds. No good on the release. And the 3 wasn't good anyway, but that'll be the way the first half comes to a close. 37-18 East over South. And again, Anderson with 18 first half points, Ellie with 11. That's all you really need to know in this game.
Yep. East doing a great job. It's just that they're playing quickly. They got the quick hands. They're helping each other out. You know, the offensive rebounds and then looking at kick out is attributed to a lot of their points. They're doing a great job, and if it's South, it's real tough to stop.
There won't be a long break in between second and third quarter. We'll take a brief break as well as we get ready for the second half. We'll be back here on BCAM TV. Thanks for watching here. Our live stream broadcast of the Jamboree. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Braintree High School here as we get ready for the start of the third quarter here at the Jamboree. Mike Wassel and Justin Turpin here for BCAM TV. Live stream broadcast on YouTube as well as on the BCAM TV station 9 and 28 on Verizon and Comcast. As Anderson out there to start the third quarter, and the first shot is a swish. So
I don't think there's enough time to go cold in between the halves.
He's got 20 points, and I don't expect to see him much here in the second half. I think he'll play a little bit here in this third quarter, but that's about it. If I was a coach, I wouldn't be playing him at all in the fourth quarter.
Play most of the 8th graders. Kids that didn't get a lot of time.
Nice drive to the basket and a 3-point chance here for Hui.
Just 2 7th graders on the team for East, so.
No good on the free throw.
They continue to fly in transition.
39-20 as Ellie drives.
Wide open.
That's a tough shot. Good defense by South, but they couldn't get the rebound, and Ellie puts it off the glass and in. He's got 13 points. Nice take underneath.
good
As
block.
Anderson able to knock it away from behind.
See, now Ellie playing too quick. He got the one-on-one, but
Ellie takes it to the cup, missed the layup.
in high school, it's probably not going to be the opportunity. You want to just slow that down a little bit.
Little friendly competition going on here between DeRoche and Anderson. Shot inside is no good. Long pass up the court. Ellie trying to battle for it. Oh, nice hustle. Nice play by Quigley. Up ahead for Kui. Kui off the glass, lays it in. He's got 4 points off the
got
bench.
the crowd going.
Smallest guy on the court scoring. And an offensive foul.
Might have been on the screen there.
That's on Joyce again.
A couple of offensive fouls for him.
That's number 4. Apparently, if it was 5, he'd be out.
He's going to come out now.
He might be 5. It is 5. Well, he didn't play very much here in this game. That's 5 fouls. He's got to come off the court.
He's done for the day.
Yep. I would imagine most games he plays a lot longer than that.
I would too, yeah.
He couldn't have been on the floor for more than 4 minutes in this game.
And got 5. That's pretty impressive, honestly.
Averaging a foul a minute.
It's impressive.
It's impressive, but in a bad way.
In a bad way, yes.
Hopefully he learns from that, because that's not the type of basketball you can play. If you want to see consistent minutes, that's not the way to do it.
Jeez.
That was a bullet pass.
Yeah, that was a rocket. He's running out to the three-point line. They're getting a
Spot
little
back
desperate
3,
here.
no good. Anderson into the hands of Farragut.
See everyone at the perimeter. Let's get somebody down low. One.
I see Anderson moving the ball more, which I like to see. Ellie takes it inside.
Ellie
no
had
good.
the backdoor pass there. He had number 7. It was,
East with another offensive rebound. And the rebound this time controlled by Quigley. Quigley trying to take it inside, had it poked away.
Anderson was dribbling up the ball. He looked up and saw Ellie.
Oh, nice steal. And the layup is good. Weird release by Salgan. He doesn't jump when it's like barely jumps. I don't know how.
Could get you in some trouble with the travel when they don't jump.
Well, it was interesting when even when he did the layup, he didn't jump.
Just scoots. In transition, they come.
To the outside for Quigley. He takes it to the cup, lays it off the glass, missed it. Anderson with the rebound. 41-24. There hasn't been much crowd noise here in this third quarter.
No, it's a blowout, like 17.
Oh, nice pass.
Oh, that's a great pass. That's a great find.
As he found Faro open.
It's a blowout like this, kind of. Your head starts pounding when you're yelling so much. Turns into a social gathering now.
It's a 19-point lead. South girls won by 20. East boys just about a 20-point lead. And South right now moving the ball quickly, but a travel.
Both officials called that one.
Pretty easy call. Zan lost the ball. 3.5 to go here in the third quarter. Quigley back with the ball, one-on-one here with Anderson. He'll spot up for 3, no good, it's
Good
short.
contest.
Anderson with the rebound, 3:10 to go here in the third quarter. Back over to Ellie. Ellie takes it inside, throws it up with the right hand, missed it. got his own rebound and put it back. I don't know how many times he's gotten his own miss here in this game and
Quite
put it
a
back
few.
in. I'd say at least
He
3 or
might
4
be in
times.
double-double territory with the rebounds.
I'm sure he is. I don't keep track of rebounds anymore. It's just too hard to keep track of, but he's got 15 points. Driving baseline. Nice kick to the outside. Spot up 3 for DeRoche. No.
Good
Offensive rebound. Put back. No. Third opportunity. And South gets the ball again.
Good hustle.
Another 3. And another miss.
That's a demoralizing possession.
I know the kids love to shoot the threes, but at this level, they're not shooting a high percentage three. There are very few shooters at any level that shoot high percentages. Even in the NBA, some of the best three-point shooters, they might shoot 35, maybe 40%, and that's a professional player.
Right.
So can you imagine what we're talking about here at this
It's not
level?
easy. It's not easy to live and die by the three, and it's oftentimes a problem when a team lives and dies by the three. You got to be a balanced team all around. You have to be able to play defense. You have to be able to actually attack the basket. That's how teams win games, when you attack the basket. It's like, when you live and die by the three, you very rarely do you win those big games because you have one off night, and that's it.
And that'll be a travel. As Lamb was going up for the shot, but never released it. Final 1:50 here of the third quarter. Nice steal by South. And that'll be a foul on Smith. So 20 points in the game for Anderson, 15 for Ellie. And I would imagine that they'll be done after 3 quarters.
Get some of the 8th graders that we haven't seen.
Big bench for East, so I wouldn't be surprised if they went all the way in. A little floater, no good, and the rebound secured by East. Right to the basket is Ellie, lays it up, no good. Another offensive rebound, no good as well. A third opportunity, and Ellie scores and a foul. And here comes Anderson, he's coming out now.
Up 15, we'll see if he's done. Might give him a curtain call at the end of the game.
25.
25, sorry, 25. Not math guy, not my strength.
I don't think you'd be done if it was a 15-point game.
No, I took a quick glance up there. I know that's 26.
Much easier with the round number.
Yes,
50.
exactly. Even numbers and round numbers, easy. Or a number that's divisible by the other. They're still playing with so much tempo.
Another turnover. That's a travel. Out about 6 steps.
Yeah, might want to pack your bags next time.
It's hard to stay focused, though, sometimes when you have such a big lead.
Yes.
I mean, you try and do things that maybe you're not capable of doing.
Like you said, you haven't really heard much from the crowd, except for like a couple of crossovers or so, 3-point that'll get them going. But, you know, it's kind of, especially for South, it's desperation time. The focus is kind of fading away.
3-point chance off the mark. Offensive rebound. Sent to the corner again. That's a 2. No good. And South is just going ice cold from the field.
See if East holds it for the last shot. Probably be a smart idea. Ooh, dribbled off his own player's foot. Great take.
Ellie to the basket, missed it. Offensive rebound, and it's out of bounds.
The offensive rebounding has just been the key in both games. It oftentimes is in basketball.
Just 2.9 left.
The stats that everyone, other than the score, of course. Oh, I thought he did hit it.
Ellie left alone
the
for
score.
3, and he missed it. At the end of the third quarter, 50-24 is the score, and it's been all East here from the start. As we'll see what we see in the fourth quarter, probably going to see a lot of reserves for East in the fourth quarter. 50-24 the score. We'll be right back.
This is the city where danger lurks. Today, a new creature walks among us, terrorizing innocent citizens. They prowl the streets alone and in packs, causing mayhem, destruction, and carnage. Warning, until this threat can be contained, we must all be on the lookout for the dreaded digital Deadwalkers. They're not looking out for you.
Dude! Engage!
A public service safety message from the American Academy of Orthopedic Surgeons, who want to keep everyone well connected.
Sorry.
With strong, healthy bones.
Welcome back here to Braintree High School. Start of the fourth quarter, and I think we're going to see some running clock here the rest of the way.
8 minutes to go.
50-24 as Lamb fires from 3. Hit one earlier, banking one in. Anderson's back out there. I'm surprised to see him out there in this big of a game.
Yeah, still some starters out there. It's a good hezzy. Good pass.
Underneath, Donovan no good.
Just too strong in the take. Another offensive rebound.
Offensive rebound and putback is good by Farrell.
As a coach, you love that.
Jump shot no good. 52-24, 7:05 to go. This one certainly has not lived up to the expectation of a close game.
No.
I don't think it was necessarily expected to be close, but as a fan, I guess you're always hoping to see a good game.
Good take.
As that'll be a three-point opportunity here for Donovan, who's scored for the first time. But I think as a fan, I mean, especially as a middle school fan, I mean, if you're here cheering on your team, I mean, you just want it to be a good game. You don't want to see a game turn into a blowout.
Right.
You obviously lose focus of the game, so.
Well, and the kids here watching the game want it to be a close game. Something to cheer about. Nothing to cheer about here in the second half. Good
another
fadeaway.
offensive rebound, no good.
Another offense. It's just, you can't win games when you can't get a defensive rebound.
Oh, wow. Literally, it's just reaching up over the top.
They're playing catch off the boards.
Not high percentage. Their field goal percentage is going down, plummeting with all the misses, but they're securing so many offensive rebounds.
Right.
Back underneath for Donovan, who's tried to get his offense going, and a foul called. I think it's time for the referees to start to swallow the whistle a little bit.
Yes. And the clock did stop here. It's a little surprising.
I wonder if they stop it on free throws.
No math guy, but that's 32 points. And they're not running the clock.
No. 6:06 to go here in the fourth. And Anderson back to the bench. I don't really agree with the East coach. I'm not sure why he brought him back in. I mean, there's only bad things can happen if he comes into the game. I mean, he could get injured. I mean, you don't need your star player getting hurt in a blowout. I don't understand it.
I guess the really only logic behind it is, 8th grader, final game with these, so they're not.
Pull-up shot.
I guess it's a little more
8-2.
sentimental if they played last year, but like we touched upon earlier in the girls' game, these guys didn't have the opportunity to play last year because of the COVID season. So, good take. Choosing your size. Good job.
Back underneath for Donovan. He's got 6 points, all of them here in the fourth quarter.
So, I mean, everyone we don't know these teams, but from what we can see tonight, Donovan's been their guy. So, kind of having being the guy all season, you want to stay in the game, but.
Nice take by Quigley.
You want to get the reserves, the guys that really haven't played a whole lot.
I mean, you like to see the players that don't get ample time get an opportunity in a game like this. Just seems like Donovan's just the go-to player right now. Just keeps getting the ball underneath. As he'll get a pair of free throws. Trying to make one, though. He's 0 for 2.
Stopped again.
Just can't catch a break. The ball goes off Lamb's foot.
Nope.
Even when you win the race to the loose ball, you can't secure it. It's been a frustrating game
it's tough for South. You know, this is not how you want to go out. Your final game of the season. You get all excited. You're in the Jamboree against a rival school, a team you know well, against friends. And, you know, those are oftentimes the most competitive games. You know, against your friends, you know, that's all the trash talking and getting 30-pieced right now with 5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. And
step back three, no good. And at the other end, here's an opportunity for South. No good on the layup.
Gotta give him credit, though. No quit.
Still fighting there to the final whistle.
You know, if there is something to hang your head on, it's that.
4.5 left. As they try and thread it over to Donovan again. He's double teamed underneath. And another steal by the Bulldogs.
So this is where you gotta slow it down, though. You go
Quigley right to the basket, no good. And Lamb trying to barrel in there. They call the jump ball, although he basically bear hugged him down there.
Still not seeing a ton of the reserves coming in.
Taken to the basket and another foul called. So Bongiovanni will go to the line. I think South wants this one to end as quick as possible.
They're ready to get home. I mean, just getting embarrassed here. It's tough.
(60-28) the score. Nice take to the basket, another foul and a basket.
There you go.
So a 3-point opportunity here for DeRoche. A lot of the starters still in there for South. No good on the free throw, offensive rebound. Three-point shot, no good. And the ball will be brought up by Erler. He hasn't done much offensively here in this game. He's one of the starters, one of the few players that have not scored that started.
Got quite a good plus-minus, though. Don't they all?
Well, there really haven't been too many offensive weapons that have been featured here in this game.
No.
I mean, obviously, Ellie and Anderson were the two go-to guys, and the two of them combined for more than basically South has.
Behind the back move there. I don't know where the Bulldog went. Maybe the Bulldog went home a little early.
Bulldog went for a nap in the doghouse.
Yeah.
Final 3 minutes.
At least the Bulldogs showed up. There was no Cougars.
Layup is good. Quigley with another basket. He's got 6 points. Final 2:50. Step back jumper, banked home. 10 points for Farrow.
Just want to see some clean ball down the road here. Final 2.5 minutes. Oh, that was all ball.
And a foul call. First free throw good.
Here. Got a sign from below us. I don't know exactly what it says.
.25 left. 1 for 2 at the line. 5 points for Hui. And the ball was knocked out of bounds. I'm guessing there's a couple of the team managers out there right now for East.
You could tell by the crowd reaction on the East side. And I think Ellie and Anderson are going to get their roll call here as they're at the scorer's table.
Three-point shot, no good. Rebound secured by East, but then a bad giveaway and a foul. Handful of players that we don't have jersey numbers for here.
Yes, so it tells you usually the managers, because usually the managers don't dress, but last game of the year they let them dress. And Anderson and Ellie coming in for their roll call. .55 to go.
Now you try and get the ball to one of those players.
Team managers.
There's the pass. And a travel. Just lost his footing. Coach saying you got to dribble it.
Yeah, let him in a little bit too much there. Coach said, here, wipe your shoe with the napkin. Get back on the floor. Open three.
No good. Nice save underneath. There's the three-point try, no good. The putback is good.
They love that one.
We don't have the name of number 6 or 32 for East, but they want number 6 to score in a bad way.
Love to see that stuff happen. Good closeout by 32. It's a good shot.
Maloney knocks
trying
down.
to get the ball back to 6 here. That's one of the best moments. You know, when they let the managers say,
gotta get open
wants
first.
his one kid to score. It's pretty special. See if he's there. They're trying to get it to him. 32's got it.
He scored in back-to-back possessions. Final 40 seconds, and a steal by Anderson. And now they want him to get the ball. He's got to get ahead of the play. He's open.
There he goes.
Oh, he couldn't catch it.
Stay here. Let it stay. There they go.
If I was South, I'd just let him, just give him a chance to get an open shot.
Let the kid score. They're trying to draw it up for him. There he
There he is. And he scores.
There we go. And they love it. That's the type of moments.
He loves it.
He does. That's it.
I'd love to call out his name, but don't
We
have
don't
it.
have it. It doesn't matter. Give it to him again. Give him again. The take.
Up and in.
Yeah, we love that one. Look at that one.
He's having the time of his life right now.
Even the South bench giving it up. I mean, that's what you love to see.
And the final seconds expire off the clock, and that'll do it.
Here come the students storming them.
70-37, the final score of this one, and a couple of nice touching moments late, as we would assume here that those are the team managers for East that got an opportunity to score at the end, and now the personnel being telling all the students to get off the court
Yeah.
because that's
We got
obviously
practice to go to.
That's obviously not what you want to see in the middle of essentially, the pandemic. I don't
yes.
think you really need that. So
We
that
need
is
those
the way.
moments.
That is the way the game comes to an end. Obviously, Anderson and Ellie, the story here today. 20 points for Anderson, Ellie with 17, and on the other end, it was Quigley with 6, Shelgin with 8, and DeRoche with 6, Maloney with 6, doing the bulk of the scoring. So 2 games, 2 blowouts, 1 win by each school. The South girls with the win, the East boys with the win. Not really a ton else to say other than that.
No, I mean, I think the one big takeaway is, the future of Braintree High is in good hands. That's for sure. Some good players out there, and we saw that on full display today.
Some good players. The future is bright. And that'll conclude our Jamboree coverage. Thank you for watching our live stream broadcast here today. 70-37 the score here of the boys game. 46-26 the score of the girls game. And again, each school winning 1 game each. On behalf of our camera person here today, Christine Patterson, my partner, Justin Turpin, I'm Mike Wassel. We'll see you next time.